In today's video, I will be doing mining and herbalism for 1 hour in all 4 zones of the War Within. To see which one makes the most gold, we will start with the Isle of Dorn and go all the way to Azj Kahet, where we will end this. Now, important thing to note. I will mostly focus on how much material we gathered, and of course I will cover the gold as well, but the gold will always vary depending on the market. Current date of the recording was 4th of August, or better to say yesterday, so just keep that in mind. And also I didn't sell any of the items as I think they will go up in price once the season 3 drops, but that doesn't mean that you should also not sell your items or whatnot. This is just what I did, and if it's going to work or not, I have no idea, nor do I care. And with that being said, we can slowly go into the video. You have the timestamps below. I also showed every single route that I took, loot after the run, and I went even out of my way to make a small sheet where we can clearly see the results and differences in the zones. And also in the end I will give my opinion which new players or players that just started with gathering, or maybe they are doing it just a bit on the side, will probably find useful. With that being said, sit back, relax and enjoy this video. And the first zone that we are going to start with is going to be Isle of Dorn. Now, how is the routing to look like? I do not know. Like, I didn't farm Isle of Dorn probably for like last 7 or 8 months. But I will still record it and speed it up. I mean, I'm going to talk through it, so you're going to be able to see where I go and what I do. But just to know, if you have any better pathing, I'm not the expert here. I'm not some kind of a miracle or God knows what. But yeah, as always, we have our Dark Moon Firewater, File of True Sight, talents and knowledge I'll show later on. I mean, what is there to show? I'm fully maxed, I think, in everything. Yeah, maybe herbalism not. Herbalism, I'm missing like 4 points. I have to, I'll put that in, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to find to put something on my second screen. We are going to go do a full circle. I'll finish the farm and then we are going to see the results. And now to show you the route. Basically, I personally really hate woods, and just hitting them, you know, it's hard to see the ores that you need to mine, the herbs that you need to gather, and so on. So mostly the most of the time that I spent was here, but of course you are going to see we are going to make a full circle. And at the time of recording this, the bismuth quality 3 was worth the most from the ores, whilst the quality 2 and quality 1s were probably the same price all over. And you want to use the button on the As Mine Ores. I forgot how it's called, but I'll put it in the video. It just gives you so many ores, and you are going to be able to gather every single one of them, and it's just going to boost your gold very much. I mean, I do not have a specific number, but you can guess if you would farm 1 ore and you farm like 10 instead. So sure, it's gonna help out a lot. And basically the whole idea is to make a full circle. Now, the thing that I have a problem with the Isle of Dorn. At the start of the video, you could have seen a druid farming there as well. Now, he wasn't the only one. I found quite a bit competition here. The thing is, when you see someone flying the same direction as you, or if you are flying a few seconds after them, I highly suggest that you make your route a bit shorter, or rather take a turn straight away or something like that, because there is nothing worse than you going to an ore, farming it and just getting the message no loot available. Like, I hate that. And here is basically what I talked about, these woods. Like, here isn't a lot of them, but once we start getting later on, there is quite a bit. But basically the whole idea is, since the ores are pretty much worth the same price, you want to gather everything. And if someone wants me to implement the route into the VCora or whatnot, you need to tell me how. Like, I'm stupid, I do not know how to do it, and I personally do not see a use for it, or at least I tried it, but I don't really like it. As you can see here on these islands, like, we had a lot of ores and herbs, thankfully, and they are pretty easy to coordinate, so you won't have any problems here. Of course, you want to pay attention to your vigor, because we are flying constantly up and down. It can happen that you run out, but chances are probably like 0.5% if you have fully maxed down trees, or you just need the one that recharges vigor every time you gather or mine. But yeah, here as you can see, I'm finishing the circle slowly, and you know, just gathering everything that I can find in my way, pretty much. Like, there isn't like anything special to this or to explain, but people seem to want to see these routes, and here we are basically done. And here we go, we just finished the farm, but the only different thing with this video, apart from the other ones, is I'm going to see how much all of this is worth, but I won't be selling anything, as I want to keep the materials since season is coming out. But I will nonetheless check every single price, write all of it down just to see how much this is worth, and then we are going to ringing deeps. Let's see, here we have some recovered items, we want to take those just so we have the 100% accurate calculation. So I'm gonna get that finished, and I'll see you in the ringing deeps. And now we are going to do the same, but just in ringing deeps. And just give me a second, I forgot to store this bismuth quality 3. And now our inventory is clear. As per usual, I'm going to put something on YouTube, mute the video, and record my pathing. But the idea here is, since I did farm here, basically to just go up, down, and in circle until 1 hour is up. So I'll see you then. And now the ringing deeps, the second zone that we farmed. Here also you want to go up and down around the whole zone. Now this zone is much more beginner friendly. I mean, the Isle of Dorn is also, but I kinda like the ring deeps more, as I just feel like there is a lot more loot there. Like on this run that I recorded, I mean basically the start, I didn't get too much, but later on it was insane. It was ore after ore. And basically I always check the top of the zone first, like finish that, and then I'll start flying downwards, just gathering everything. Here you can also see like how many ores we managed to gather, and that could have been only one had we not used the button. And yeah, just continue flying all over the zone, gathering everything that you see. And I also want to say the most competition that I found was in the ringing deeps. Most of the people are farming here. Second place I think would be like Hallowfall, and then like Isle of Dorn. At least people I saw in Azj Kahet, but we'll get to that. Here you can see the only thing where this zone is maybe a bit tricky if you are doing it for the first time. Like, there are some ores up and down, you may not be able to see them straight away, but it's not really a problem. Like, you cannot expect that you know every single placement like the first time. I farmed a few times in the ring deep, so I kinda knew what I was doing, even though I didn't farm in like 2 weeks, something like that, probably even more. I kinda had an idea. But yeah, nothing special. I mean, you can see the route each that interests you. I just have to keep yapping, otherwise there would be no audio in these parts where I show you the farm. And every single farm I sped up 3 times, because they are, I mean, insanely long. Not insanely long, but who'd want to watch the whole farm? I mean, this is just to give you a basic idea what you should look out for and where you should go. Like, there are of course no zones, how I call them, like this one up here. Every time I go there, it's like it changes my not realm, but layer, and everything disappears. Once I'm gone, everything is back there. So that one up there is a no-go. But apart from that, finish the circle, and then I'm just gonna rinse and repeat for a whole hour, as you are going to see. Here we are, guys, coming to an end. As you can see, the potion is running out. Let's just gather this and we are done. Now if you are wondering why is the Dark Moon Firewater still active, it's because I died. Yeah, whilst mining the S mine ore, I managed to get killed by the bomb. And here you can see the loot. As always, we are going to count it up and go to the next farm. And here we are starting with Hallowfall, and as you can see, I popped the Dark Moon Firewater, but because I had 30 seconds left on the other one, it doesn't work. So the first 5 minutes are without Dark Moon Firewater, which I really didn't care about. But you can, you can't really see the difference. Even though the video is like 4 times speed, you can still see how slow I'm gathering with these herbs. Like in comparison when I have that 15% increased gathering speed. But anyways, you always want to fly up here where I did. You can find a lot of the, oh my god, I forgot how it's called, lay something. A lot of those flowers you can find there, and if you manage to get quality 3, they sell for an insanely good price. So always go check up on that. Now here you can go up on this hill where I went to, or you can go right, but the right platform I do not like because you have it up and down. I mean, it's still like after you do it once or twice you're gonna get the hang of it, but of course we ain't gonna miss on anything. I never go down there where the waterfall is, I just find it to be a waste of time. Always pick up the herb that is up there. Here I check if there is rich bismuth or any rich ore. If not, I won't be bothering going down there. Here I do not go too far away, just like this small part of the island, gather everything there and just go back onto the route. And here I use the empowerment, I think it is, for the ore, and it just spawned all of them in one place. Like that I find really fun. You do not even need to move, just click 10 times, gather everything, or 8, I don't know how much, and you're basically done with it. Here you want to make a full circle around every single island here. Why? Because they are filled with loot. It's actually insane. Like, I really like Hallowfall farming. Like, wherever you look, there is ore, there is herb, like, there is not 10 seconds goes by that you didn't gather anything. Here, first, when I started the farm, I didn't go too far there, but now I'm just realizing how much loot there actually is. And as you can see, like, this is, what is it? Like, almost 9 minutes, and we are still gathering so much. You want to make a full circle around this island as well. And basically you're gonna go through the place where you have the quests and whatnot. There I don't pay too much attention. Of course I will gather everything that I find, but you just kind of want to fly through it because we are going to finish our circle and then continue. Here, like for example, I pulled this one. Thankfully I can kill it very quickly, and that is it. Back to see how much gold we made, and this is how the loot looks like. As you can see, now we are going to see how much is all of this worth. And now we come to the Azj Kahet, or however you read it. Now the thing is, I have to give you a warning, I never farm here, and I am not very good at the zone, but I'll give you some overview of at least what I'm planning to do, or how I'm planning to route this. So basically I want to go like this and avoid these deep areas where I can get lost, or I don't know, have trouble with flying and so on. So we are probably going to stick to something like this, I guess, but of course, as in the other 3 farms, I will show you the route that I take. But of course, if you have any better tips, you can leave them in the comments for other people to see. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna pop both potions right this time, and then we can get going. And the last farm, the last zone, Azj Kahet. I want to say before we start, I kinda had an idea, like to farm in circles, but I never really farmed here. Like when I started making the videos and everything, 2 months in, someone commented that I should do a farm here, never did. And like, I just have to say, this hour felt like 10. Like, sure, it was the last farm and I was pretty tired, but still, like, I do not enjoy farming in this zone, not even a tiny bit. And Sadly, I won't speed this up 10 times just so you can see where I was going, but still you can see like one player we found there like not even 3 minutes in. I do not understand what are people doing farming here. Now maybe you know something that I don't and you can leave it in the comments, but apart from that, I think this zone is just bad for that. I do not enjoy the layout, nor it does help you. Like as you can see, not so much ores and herbs all over, and even ones that you find, if most of them, if they are not quality 3, you won't make any money. Like sure, with other ones you won't make either, but there is at least more, and with that of course you have more chance to gather, more chance to get quality 3 and whatnot. But that is at least my personal experience. As you guys know, I always like to hear your opinion, and other people, I hope they are in the comments, because most of the time there is a lot of useful stuff there, thanks to all of you watching and commenting and sharing your advice. But basically, yeah, like kinda make a circle, like don't go into the places where you get dismounted or if you're gonna get attacked and whatnot. Like really, this zone was just not my type. But sure, you can see the route. If anyone wants to give it a try for the first time, second, third, or maybe just follow what I did, you can go on, of course. I won't be stopping you, but my personal advice would be to stick to any of the 3 other zones, and this one just do the quest, do whatever you have here, but do not do gathering here. And that is pretty much the full circle right here. And here we are, guys, at the end of this one as well. And here is the loot, as you can see, and finally we are done, because I swear to god this felt like it lasted at least 5 hours. I'm gonna Hearthstone, check the prices, make a sheet for you to see all of the loot, and of course we are going to talk about how much gold we made in which farm, and stay tuned for that. And here is my creation. I really hope that someone is going to watch this, because it took me a bit more time than I expected. Here you can see, let's first go over the gold. The zone that made the most gold by far was the Ringing Deeps with 36,555 gold. The second place is going to go to Hallowfall with almost 32,000 gold. At the third place we have Isle of Dorn with 29,616 gold. And the last place is Azj Kahet with 26,166 gold. And here in the red you can pretty much see wait, can I actually zoom in on this? I can. Here in the red you can see basically where we got the most materials. Like for example, Bismuth quality 3, Ringing Deeps 150, 50 more than Hallowfall, which is the second best, and I mean they are pretty much the same with Isle of Dorn and Azj Kahet. Bismuth quality 2, I won't go over all of them in very much detail, and someone is calling me, so I will pick up later on. And once the phone call is over, we can continue. Quality 2, I mean, it's not really worth much other than the other ores, but you can see a very big difference between Ring Deeps and Azj Kahet, even 100. Also, quality 1, the most in Ring Deeps, 270. 100 more than Isle of Dawn and Hallowfall, 160 more than Azj Kahet. Iron Claw quality 3, I mean, not a huge difference between any of these zones. And it's worth like 15 gold, so yeah, I won't talk too much over it. Quality 2, as you can see, they are pretty much all of the same, except for Azj Kahet, won't even bother talking about it anymore. And quality 1, most was managed to get in a Hallowfall. Accurate quality 3, basically Isle of Dawn actually took the first place. Second place is the Ringing Deeps with 74, also not a huge difference. Here you can see quality 2 and quality 1, actually Ring Deeps and Hallowfall get the same place. Loot drop quality 3, none in Isle of Dawn, as you cannot gather it there. Ring Deeps manages to pull the victory, with Azj Kahet following slowly behind. Quality 2, as you can see, also the numbers kinda match up, except for Hallowfall, where we got 20. Quality 1, Hallowfall the most, but quality 1 we do not care about, actually. this spear. This is quality 3, but I forgot to write it. As you can see, Hallowfall actually took the first place with 30, and Ring Deeps takes the last. And of course you cannot gather it in Azj Kahet. Orbinid 39 in Azj Kahet. Small amount in Ring Deeps and also in Hallowfall. I think you find it like at the top of the island. But apart from that, here you can see the Blessing Blossom. Most was found in the Isle of Dorn. Sadly, it is not worth that much. Michael Bloom, also you can see a very good numbers, but sadly also not worth too much. Weaver Claw that we managed to get from the special ores, 29 in the Ring Deeps, also bring a small amount of gold. Viridescent Spores, 37 in Azj Kahet. And Crystalline Powder, I just wrote it, no one cares about it. New Lotus, also worthless right now, 17 in Isle of Dorn. And I think I have... No, I don't have. Leyline is the last. This actually brings in a decent gold, and we managed to get 26 in the Isle of Dorn, with the Ring Deeps being 15 and Hallowfall being 16, so pretty much the same. And with that, I would like to complete this video. I really hope you enjoyed this one. This was fun to make, and the first two farms, like 3rd hour and 4th hour mining after another, like that was just a disaster. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a subscribe, as it really helps me out. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.